This is Lockie Hume, and you're listening to the Crowject.
Betts with an opportunity about 50 metres out. Oh, yes! 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 The excitement machine, McLeod. Left foot goal, I tell you. He's a superstar, tell me. Oh! Bounces straight up, leaves a path the ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the latest episode of the Crowject podcast. Just want to give a shout out to our sponsors off the top, as always, in Pain Med SA and Trojan Aluminium. We'll go around the table. Unfortunately, Pilot Pete couldn't be here, but the rest of the gang is. We will start with Leighton.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. And Damon.
Why do you do that? You skip over me, go to one down for me, and then come back.
I just like to go around.
But it's so weird because you're the starting point because you're talking. So it feels more natural if you like complete the circle around.
Good point. Let's start with Damon. Damon.
G'day, Cream. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. Leighton.
How you doing? Long time no see.
Yeah, long time. Benny Mac, welcome back.
Oh, how you going?
Good, thank you. And last but not least, Queen Elodie.
Hello, Kareem. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I kind of liked the first way you were doing it, actually. And now that you've explained it, can
Go
you
back.
start again?
No.
All right, let's start with Leighton.
You forgot your meal that you've brought into the studio.
Yeah, I brought in a quesadilla and some potato and leek soup.
It smells so good.
What a combination.
Killing me.
As always, thank you very much to our Patreons. We will be getting someone to read them out shortly.
Not me, please.
In the meantime, firstly, thank you all for coming. But what do you get if you do sign up as a Patreon, Damon?
That sounded almost like an intervention. So thank you all for being here.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sure you all agree that we need to speak to Ben. What do we get if you sign up for Patreon? You get a whole bunch of stuff. You get a Crowject lanyard, you get a bottle opener, you get a stubby holder, you get some stickers, you get access to a whole bunch of really cool content, including Leighton.
Yeah, over 40 episodes of Get Your Crow On. I think about 20 episodes of The Obscure Crow, hosted by Elodie.
Let me just preface, that was supposed to be an applause.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very rusty, yes.
Have we done over 40 Get Your Crows On now?
We have.
Unreal.
Wow.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely. When you're talking about footy jumpers, you just lose all track of time.
Yes.
It's amazing.
I couldn't even think of 40 footy jumpers.
Me either.
I don't think we could when we started either, but there's just news just keeps on popping up. It's
Yeah.
great.
Just learn stuff. Is there still more people that you're going to interview?
Oh, there's lots of
There might be a couple of repeats.
Yeah.
which we did. We had Harry Nelly on for
We
the
did,
first
yeah.
returning guest. It was great.
What are you going to do when you run out of Crow's jumpers? Are you
Good
going
question.
to...
Wait for the new ones to come out.
That's it.
You should do like a best of heritage round ever.
We have.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fuck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
There
did,
goes my idea.
Yeah.
did you already do friend of the show and my favourite and only TikTok person I know, Andy Munro?
We did.
Oh, you did that? Yeah.
We did do one episode. We might have to do another one.
Would love to get Andy.
I feel
Case
like your
suggestions
collection
in.
moved so much that
Yeah,
now
Yep.
it'd be a completely different collection to when you did it. So
Totally.
exactly.
Yeah, no, he'd be good to chat to.
Yeah, I heard he's getting a Miles Bergman Guernsey.
Of course he is.
You're only saying that because you've told him to buy a mug. I can
Just
see
he's
it
gonna be
now.
a star.
Yeah, Andy, please buy it. Trust me, you won't regret it. Okay, Elodie.
Just peer pressured him into
Yep. And then 2 months later, why did I buy this? Elodie just appears with a spare $200 in cash.
I'll take it off your hand.
Yeah.
To me, I bought this shirt. If anyone's watching, I bought this shirt just because Ben told me to. Ben was like, "I want this shirt, but it doesn't fit me." I said, "Okay."
Someone has to own it.
Okay, to those who haven't signed up yet, if you do want to sign up, you can go to patreon.com/Crowject and merch drop the Garden Stakes jerseys, $60 plus shipping. $20 of that from each top goes to Catherine House to support homelessness.
Is that a question or a statement?
It's both.
Yes.
And if you want to go to crowject.bigcartel.com, you can also get Crom corduroy hats,
beanies,
scarves,
pins,
phone covers,
All the good
stickers.
stuff.
Hoodies.
all of it.
I was wearing my Crom hoodie on the weekend.
Yes,
Yeah, it was grand final day attire.
beautiful.
Very good. Catherine House offers crisis, longer-term accommodation and support services for women experiencing homelessness. So,
Nailed it.
wonderful charity, really worth looking into.
And if you do want to get any gear, you can use the code BULLBOGS, BULLBOGS, for 40% off.
That's for all the Bulldog supporters who want to get on the crumb bag then.
Yeah,
Please
After
do.
the loss.
So what we got, Giants are now Gant, we're the Crom, and there'll be
Swam.
the Bullbogs, the Swam and the Bullbogs.
Yeah.
I love it.
We'll just shorten them to Bogs.
Yeah. Up the
I like that.
Boggies.
Yeah.
Or the bomb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That too.
Yeah.
The bomber.
Oh, I thought you said bong.
Me too. Me too. I thought we banned drug references
Yeah.
on this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm going to flag this just in case.
Okay.
Now, we will be wearing the Garden Stakes Guernseys for Ben.
The City to Bay Fun Run, which is on November the 7th.
Nailed it.
in
At the
conjunction-
moment, anyway.
Yeah, well, at the moment,
Yeah.
pending any COVID restrictions or anything at the time. We'll be doing that in conjunction with the Press Box podcast to raise money for childhood cancer.
Big tick.
Perfect.
And Elodie, what do we have
Yes.
what are we having upcoming for Patreon stuff?
We've got so much upcoming.
So much?
So much.
How
I don't know where to start. I will start at draft night.
Okay.
We're going to have draft night where we're going to do some recording. Some of the patrons are going to jump on the mic if they're up for
Yeah.
it.
A bit more formal than the Brownlow night.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. That was pretty formal.
It was formal. Formal attire only.
Yeah.
This is only cocktail dress.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Wear your best suit and tie.
Yes.
I mean,
What colour dress are you rolling with?
I was thinking, you know what?
Rainbow
Pastel.
colour.
No, pastel is all the rage.
I could
at the
see you
moment.
in
Pastel.
a real nice soft green. I
Yeah.
reckon. Yeah.
Yep.
Really bring out those eyes.
Hmm.
Yeah, so come to draft night if you want to see cream in.
Unshaven legs sticking out everywhere. He wouldn't sit right.
Yeah. Thanks
On
for coming,
purpose.
everyone. So yeah, if you want to see cream in a pastel green dress, then we can't promise it'll happen, but come to draft night anyway.
Only one way to find out.
There's also going to
Or
be
they
some
could just
more.
watch the live stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. But in person, it's much nicer.
Yeah.
Nicer.
See him
Anyway,
in the flesh.
we've got some draft spotlight episodes coming up. I think Damon and Cream are
Yes.
gonna jump on some more of those.
Big old guest upcoming for that, which I'll just keep quiet for a little bit. But he's a big name in the media industry and a rising star. So hopefully that comes true.
Is it Leighton?
Yes.
Leighton, Leighton who arrives at the very back half of the thing like last time.
Good.
Yeah,
As Cream and I are really
Reunion.
stuffing up our
last
draft.
year.
Yeah.
Then we've got some AFLW interviews in the works as well, so keep your eyes peeled for those. And then we're obviously going to do our season previews and bad predictions for both the AFLW season and eventually the AFL season as well. So
Yeah, it's not a long off season. is it?
No.
yeah,
no.
no, not really. Yeah.
That's good for that.
I was looking forward to a break from you guys, but I don't think I'm going to get one. It's just too much content.
You fucking.
Boy.
Leighton, you have a particular suggestion for Patreons?
Yes, I've recently posted this on the Patreon page or whatever you call it. You can now suggest a Crows game you want to watch in the off season, and if I've got it, which I have about most of them, then I'll upload it and you can watch it on Patreon.
Give us a percentage. How many percent of Crows games do you
Yeah.
think you have access to?
I reckon I've got about 70%.
So you got a good
But-
chance.
All right.
It's mainly wins. I don't have as many losses. But yeah,
Can I start you off on one then? There was a game we played against Essendon at Docklands where
Nick
Right.
Gill kicked 5 goals.
it was
Yeah.
there was another one where I don't think Nick Gill was playing in this one where we started with the roof closed and then at
Yes.
half time the roof was open. Have you got
great
that one?
game. Round 11, 2009.
There you go.
Is that
Oh,
Dangerfield's-
is there Swamp
one of
Thing?
Dangerfield's first game?
No,
No, Dangerfield's first game was in the Nick Gill game that
Yeah,
Elliot
the year
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
This is one where Tippett kicked 7 straight.
Yeah.
You want to see that?
I
The-
don't,
first and-
believe this.
First and only time in his career.
They're making shit up over
what
there.
is this
Drew.
game?
Tell them
It
to
was-
shut up.
It was the most accurate, like correct me here,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure it was the most accurate in terms of goal kicking
Combined.
AFL, VFL, but amongst both teams.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
Essendon and the Crows just couldn't miss. It was just goal of the year contenders the whole game.
Tippett had himself for
Yeah.
5 or more.
Yeah. Which you just can't believe.
It's
can
the
you?
only explanation.
None of them were 15 out straight in front. That's
No.
for sure.
No.
You got to see it to believe it.
Am I allowed to touch on one more Patreon listener thing?
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh,
I think
thank you.
someone's reading out the
We've-
list.
Yeah. I
Oh,
sent-
yes. Yep,
Really?
Damon's ready to go. He's going to get through it, unlike me last week. I just want to touch on we're starting an AFL 9s team for the Patreons and listeners. It starts in a couple of weeks' time. We did this. Was it last year or the year before? We did. I think it was like 2 years ago that we did it.
Someone broke their finger.
Yeah, it was good fun. Yeah, I think someone broke their finger. And most people that played got injured because that's what happens when
People,
You know,
you play at your own risk. All right. There's no waivers. There's no paperwork. You're signing up for whatever you're signing up for.
I think the team is going to be called the washed up footballers. So you know what you're walking into.
That's it.
exactly. And the captain's going to be who's the James Payne.
Yes.
He's the original washed up footballer. Shout out to him.
Get around him.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Tuesday nights. Hit us up if you wanna play. I'm sure we will be needing fill-ins once half the team is injured after the first game.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
hit us up.
Yeah, we just
Love
need
it.
the numbers. So come on,
Yeah.
please.
yeah.
Warm the bench
If you
need
can
to.
kick a footy, even better.
Even if you can't.
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll teach you on the night.
Sure, no, I can't. I tried to play footy on grand final day and I'm just covered in bruises, so it's not a good start.
Sure you're playing footy?
yes. What else have I been doing?
I don't know, just backyard wrestling?
I was going to say, it's a mix between the UFC on Sunday and the
Yeah.
footy on Saturday.
Were there chairs and ladders involved? Or?
Yeah,
No, GWS weren't there.
GWS shows up and the cage gets lowered.
I got this. The
Ooh.
camera can't see it, but I do have this one.
So you were part of the actual Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Yes. I was the last man standing.
What was your walking music?
Oh, that's a good question.
You know what? That is a great question.
Yeah.
For all of
What were
us.
your
Why
walking
doesn't
to?
that like Crows
yes.
do a thing about on that for the players?
So true.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't want to know that they all want fucking pizza. Or
No.
Mexican.
Burger.
Burger.
Yeah.
Let's think about this, and by the end of the pod, ask us again, and
Yes.
we'll,
I
we'll
like
tell
that.
ya.
We each have to go around the table and say what we walk out to.
Yeah,
Love
done.
it. In the meantime, thank you to the following people for being Patreons. Crom Chad, Ray, Michael T, Jess Little, Cameron Schanberg, Ethan Phillis, Matt Quist, Ben Piro, Brad M, Sophie Damon, Drew Corner, Chris, Jade Hickey, Samuel Curtis, arguably AFL, Callum Ryan, Amelia, Frank Milanese, Sharon, Cameron, Maddie Irwin, Giddy Gov, Ethan Thomas, Christy Banish, Harry Nelly, Martin Head, Kim Ryder, Aaron Shearer, Dan Yench, Brendan McGarrigan, James Payne, Caitlin Stevens, Crow Tricolours, Chris Daniel, Sarah James, Adam Cirillo, Joel Coutinho, Zen Ronaldo, Martin Adams, Tom Schultz, Michael Bornholm, Nathan Prime, Caroline Scomar, Lockie Grosebrook, Andy Munro, Peter Beveridge, Shaheen Marty,
Good.
Simon McDonald, Aidan Gain, Jeremy Jezza Withers, Lachlan Dand, Well In, Mitchell Lord, Nathan Williams, Jason McKay, Pete Nash, and Matt O'Brien.
Well done.
That was really good, Damon.
It gets a lot easier when
I
you
was
get
going to
into
say, you got into a stride there.
Yeah, you
yeah.
did. That's
When you-
just rolling.
There's a bunch of new guys, and we really appreciate you all. And
Yeah.
then when you get into sort of the middle to the older crowd that we've always had, then it's just like, I know all these names.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally,
exactly.
it was
Even
like a
everybody.
horse coming down the Flemington straight. Last 200 meters,
Yeah.
and he just goes.
Just right at home.
Yeah,
Yeah, we haven't seen that the last few weeks with the read-ins.
no.
I'm like
Hey. Is that are you picking on me?
No,
Thank you for
no.
coming.
he's saying I am the Bruce McAvaney of Patreon list reads.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Do you think eventually we'll have read it so many times that we can do it without the list? Maybe that's
God,
the next
no,
test.
no.
Ooh.
Do you want to?
I'm taking that as
Yeah.
a challenge.
You
Next
do it.
week, I'm going to do it start to finish without anything.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
you're not.
Yeah.
If you go now, you'll name about 10 people and then give up.
Yeah.
No. Nah.
I bet you $300 a year.
God.
don't start these
Just kidding.
I need the money at the moment, if you know my last week.
Mm.
So
But-
what happened in your last week?
We're not talking about it on there.
No.
All right.
It says here questions from the listeners. Do we have questions from the listeners?
Who wrote the run sheet?
Peter.
Ah,
Of course. This is what he does. He writes the run sheet and then he
Sets it up.
doesn't come.
Tell you
Yeah.
what, pad with something else,
Okay.
and let's have a look.
I don't know what they're going to ask questions about, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
did we play in the grand final? No.
No, we did. Hang on, let me just check. No, definitely not. No.
It says here that we got Dawson, but we don't have him yet.
No.
But we have him
No.
pledged to us, so let's give that a round of applause.
Is it like a Patreon pledge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually going to give us $14 a month to come
Yeah.
and play for the Crows.
You're kidding me.
If rumors are to
That's a
believe,
deal.
he'll be able to afford it with
Yeah.
a new contract.
So he said that he wants to come to us. Obviously, we need to get a deal done. What do we think gets the deal done?
It'll be pick 23, but
It will be.
I'm
confident.
Oh.
really confident it'll be pick 23 that'll get it done. But can I read you, because this is when trade radio is about to start.
Oh, it's already
Is this
started.
the 16 trade?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you want to hear it? Can I read it out, or is it going to be too long?
I mean,
I'll
yeah.
do my best to get through it. This is
I'm sure they've just like added 2 other teams for no reason, just to make it a 16.
There's an element of that, and you'll spot it pretty
Just
quickly.
tell us the teams involved, what
Okay.
we give up and what we get.
Yep. All right. So this is from Adam Cooney. He's put it together on day one because some producer has said, Adam, you need to provide more content. He's gone, leave it with me, fam.
Yeah, I don't
So-
know whether it was him. You sure it was him?
It probably
I
not.
can
It's-
imagine him just like doing a one-way trip. It's like, nah, that's too complicated.
That's it. No, it's been ghost written and then given to Adam
Yeah,
Cooney.
yeah.
The clubs involved are Adam Sarah. Sorry,
club.
Carlton.
Great club.
Carlton with Adam Sarah and pick 27. Freo with pick 6, Jordan Clark. Geelong, Peter Adams. Port Adelaide picks 23, 37, 59 and a future second. The Crows getting Jordan Dawson and pick 25, and the Swans pick 16. If
Wait,
we
what
end
are
up-
we giving up?
Take that.
What do we pick
Right?
What do we have to
25?
give up?
We'd have to give up in this madcap deal picks 23, 37, 59 and a future second.
So that's a
I'll take
whole
that.
draft hand.
No. Yeah, if we can do the deal,
Other than 4, it's
Yeah.
the whole draft hand this year.
if we can do it just giving up pick 23 and getting Dawson and not selling anything for the future.
No,
We
that's
come-
too simple.
It's too simple.
You need to
I'm
have
not
a
playing
17
that game.
ridiculous.
If you break it down to us, what we're effectively doing is giving pick 23 for Jordan Dawson and then getting pick 25 back for
a second.
37, 59 and
Yeah.
a future second.
Yeah.
Future
I don't
second,
know.
which will end up about 26.
Yeah.
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 Well, 23 already becomes 25 by the time the bidding happens. So, yeah, I'm fine moving that on, but I don't know about giving up a second round of next year to get involved.
Yeah.
Just so that we can have this massive 6-way deal going. I'm not.
Let's be honest.
Okay.
There is no way in hell that all these 6 clubs are going to sit around a table and all be perfectly
Yeah.
fine with this
Especially
deal.
the
It just
club.
doesn't happen.
Especially the club of Adam Sarah.
Yeah. yeah.
So when was that club established? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's
The
why he's leaving
19th club
Freo.
in the competition.
Yeah.
Tasmania got stumped
I
for
was going to
this.
say, instead of Tasmania.
I'd like to add the Sandringham Dragons to this trade table.
Yeah.
That's just making it
Uh,
more complicated.
Shut up, all of you.
Yeah.
Also, Pete just wrote back, there are no questions from the listeners. That was just sizzle for nothing.
Damn it, Pete.
So,
Excellent.
moving on.
I can tell that he's just recycled the run sheet because he's
Yeah.
written Crom Cordy hat landed today. Yay. He wrote that last week.
when it actually landed.
But Damon's still like quivering at the thought of it.
Just keeping Damon on his toes.
Unless he got another 1,000 delivered today. In that case, for the love of God, please buy
please
some
order
Cordy
some.
hats.
Yep. The
Otherwise,
thought,
we'll be on rations.
Yeah. we have to start rationing microphones if we can't make a profit
Quick,
back.
split up this quesadilla.
That's it. It's all we're eating this week, kids.
Thank you so much to the Patreons for donating to our corduroy hat obsession.
It's not for everyone else. We just like it.
Yeah. Even though Damon's like allergic to them.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
And if we have enough, we're going to fill the whole room with them and then get Damon to walk in.
We're just going to cut the front of all the hats off and sew the rest together in one massive blanket.
Do you remember back when we were talking about Jordan Dawson coming to the Crows? And now
Oh,
we're talking
yeah.
about, let's get
it
back
got
on
too
track.
complicated with the 6-way train.
We're excited by this, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like, this is a big get,
Yes.
Yes.
even though it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, we actually a preferred club over Port Adelaide from a player.
Yep.
Yeah. It's been
Pretty
a bit
good.
strange this year. They're having
Yeah.
people walk out and we're like getting rid of players who wanted to stay, like Talmadge and
Well, what's
Yeah.
going on with Laddams?
Yeah.
That kind of took me by surprise.
Yeah.
Do they just not think he's in the pecking order anymore? Or
Sydney were big into him last year.
They were,
so
weren't
Big.
could
Mm.
be
big.
just bringing it back up, I guess, to test the waters or
maybe.
He's probably sick of being a fringe player anyway. He's sort of been in and out of the side. And
Yeah.
Yep.
he probably wants to go somewhere where he will be a starting player, which not really sure if he's good enough for that anyway, but
Probably.
He has a very big ceiling.
Yeah.
That guy.
And he's only
Mm.
23 or 24, I read during
Yeah.
the week. So as a ruckman, he's got a long time left to go.
I would
Before-
take him for the right price.
he scarily reminds me of Billy Frampton.
Oh, no.
I'm kind of thinking,
Oh,
Don't compare the two.
Compare the pair.
I'm not really
I'm sorry, Pete.
Who's what?
what?
Laddams.
he's obviously
Oh.
I'm apologising to him.
I'm not really comparing their playing style. It's just like, Porter getting rid of like a sort of ruck forward who's, mid-20s. Let's take him. What could go
I
wrong?
think they're going to ask a lot more for Laddams than they asked for Frampton. Something tells me. Yes.
Yeah. But if all is to be believed, I heard that Dawson wants to build something from the ground up,
Okay.
which was a strong reason for him coming here.
Yeah, he's going to make a sandcastle.
Yep.
Yes.
in the sand dunes out there.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I hope everyone watching and listening saw the GIF. I think Pete put it up on the socials of him touring the facilities, and it was just a Range Rover just barreling over sand dunes in Dubai. Brilliant.
Love it.
Yeah.
But I feel as if he comes, he knows he's going to be guaranteed a game every week.
Yep.
With us, and
midfield minutes.
yeah, he can pretty much not do what he wants, but he'll be a lot more valued with us than he ever would be with Port. So
Definitely.
Yep, let's hope it gets done, and I'm sure it will be.
Could be one of those day one deals that just gets done real
Maybe.
quick.
See, I think
they're
it's going to
talking about-
drag
Yeah.
you
a
reckon?
long time.
I'm
And
thinking
it's
like the
Sydney.
last hour kind of.
Oh,
Because isn't it if Sydney don't make an effort to try and get something back, he could slip to the preseason draft
Yeah, if he
or the
wanted
rookie
to.
draft
Yeah, and then we've no guarantees of getting him then.
because he'll be at pick 4 again.
Yeah. Is it because it's comparable, isn't it? Like what you've got in the national draft, you
Yeah.
get in the. Yeah, I wouldn't want that to happen. Anyway, hopefully it gets done.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in case
Have you
missed it-
finished your soup?
Yeah, I did just scull some soup. Unbelievable.
How did that go down?
Very well.
Good.
I'm feeling all nice and warm.
Top it off with a
Oh.
Deros coffee, I think.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
Oh, the combination of drinks you've got tonight.
I can't watch him do this.
Like brown, blue, and I don't know what soup you had. Yellow? Is it yellow?
Potato and leek.
Okay.
Now, just in case you missed it, there was a game of footy on the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Up the base.
Oh,
I don't care if Pete has an issue. I'm leaving this applause for a good 6 seconds.
wow. Better than
least-
6 seconds
yeah,
of silence.
exactly.
And now let's have 6 seconds of silence
No.
for
No.
South Adelaide. No.
Oh, no.
No.
But you know what? Let's actually review that game.
Yep.
The Glenelg South one.
It's on Friday night.
Yeah.
Because Jason Horne-Francis clearly solidified his standing as the number 1 pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think in the last quarter when they were trying to come back, he was like the only player basically trying to drag him over the line.
Yep.
He hit the post twice. Second.
he could have
hit
kicked 5 goals,
Yeah.
1, but he ended up with 3 goals, 3.
crazy.
And if you don't, like, if anyone's listening to this going, oh, that's pretty good, you got to remember he's 18
Yeah.
playing against
Glenelg.
men.
Someone get his
Nice.
someone get his full stat line up.
I'm having a look.
I think
He
he
got
had
some ridiculous amount of clearance.
11, I think.
Yeah.
11.
I'm going to guess 11 clearances, 24 touches is my guess.
Are you sure you just didn't look before?
Yeah, I was like,
No.
what is this guess? Surely you've looked at his stats at some
I
point.
think-
This is
think
the
they put it
creamiest
up-
call from the past.
I think they put
I
it
don't
up
know
on
if that
7
counts.
AFL the other day.
24 touches.
Thank you.
20 kicks, 3 goals, 3, 4 marks, 4 handballs, 4 tackles, 11 clearances, 4 free kicks, and 112 Dream Team points.
Jeez.
Wow, you can tell the past, Cream. So good.
So good.
Amazing.
At least you know he's a big game player too. At this rate, North Melbourne probably just won't even bother bidding on anyone else.
No.
And they'll just be like, yeah, no,
Mm.
fucking take him.
Yep. Why not? And give him the glory of having the number 1 pick and all that. And
Yep.
Yeah.
just do it. Interestingly, and maybe for the Crows, this guy might be getting a little bit further out of our reach too. With Matty Roberts, he kicked 2 goals, 1 in
Yeah.
that game as well. So he was the second highest goal scorer for South Adelaide. Pick 4 might be very appropriate for him now, but we'll talk about this
Yes.
more next week. But he's putting together a very good run of form at the moment, which is good to see.
And firstly, while we're on the subject of SANFL, it's
Yes.
the McGarry medal tonight.
Mm.
So,
Who's your
leading,
pick?
Who's leading the count?
well,
Drawn.
I'm hoping that
Probably.
I'm hoping that Matthew Snook from Glenelg gets it.
Yes.
Yep.
He's my hope. I don't want to see an Eagle get it. Scum.
Hey.
Scum.
You don't want to
I'm
see
with you.
Redden get it?
You and
Who?
oh
Yeah.
yeah, breaking news. Elodie has an obsession with Jared Reed.
He's a good boy.
Oh, God.
He's a
Again.
ruckman, and you're obsessed with ruckman.
I like him. He's a big chubby boy. He's nice.
Oh, shout out to Jack Hudson, who just saw the trade deal on Twitter that I just read out before and just wrote, "This almost gave me a stroke."
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, I didn't actually watch the Bays game because I didn't care enough about the
Oh.
stupid Bays, and I was
Jeez.
watching the Bunnies win the prelim.
The who?
The Bunnies.
The rabbit.
Fuck the bunny.
She was watching the butt sniffers.
By the way, for those of you that don't know, if you're not a Patreon, Elodie and I have made a bet on the grand final this weekend.
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
She will no longer owe me any money if the Eagles get up, but if Glenelg gets up, she owes me $500 instead of $300.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember agreeing to that. was I drunk?
Probably.
Okay.
But go the base.
Go to the
Up the base.
No.
We're talking about it. I was going to bring it up later. The curtain raiser to the AFL Grand Final was South Australia under-19s against
Yes.
Western Australia under-19s.
Yep.
Now, 2 players from the Crows Academy did very well in that game, with Blaine O'Loughlin named best of field for South Australia,
Mhm.
and Isaiah Dudley, who's also tied to our academy, kicking 3 goals, I believe. They just went down to Western Australia by 5 points.
That sounds about right.
good effort.
Yep, so well done to both of those kids. And
And a young bloke with the last name Wanganeen played very well in that game as well.
Yes.
So he's pushing his way up.
so
the
he
draft.
should. He's a Glenelg boy.
Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, if you go and read about that, you will see some of the South Australian kids that will probably be taken this time around.
The 2021, I couldn't find the McGarry medal. I don't think they've started vote counting yet, and if they have, I can't find it. But the contenders, according to whatever I'm looking at here, they've listed James Sitas from
Cheetahs.
the Eagles, Cheetahs from the
Yep.
Eagles, Matty Snook,
him.
Jack Hayes from the Eagles, Campbell Coombe from
Yeah.
North Adelaide, Luke Partington from Glenelg, and Bryce
Hey.
Gibbs from South.
Oh, the Crows
Kieran
player.
Strawn.
Oh.
Bryce
Yeah.
Gibbs.
Yeah. No mention
Love
for
Bryce
Strawn. No love for the best ruckman in the competition. But
Who,
love
Jared
an
Redding? Why do you hate him?
He's no Kieran Strawn.
no.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
All right, grand final review.
Yep, that happened.
Thoughts on week off?
Bad.
Shit.
Don't know what that means.
What were you thinking during the week off? I was thinking, gee, I wish I had an AFL Grand Final to watch.
I think if
Mm.
they hadn't have had a week off, Bulldogs would have been blown out by 119.
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Maybe.
What are you basing that on?
They were on the road.
Because they flew
around
all
Australia.
around the country.
Yeah.
Like, give them a week to rest.
Yeah,
And
they
even-
went from Melbourne to Tassie to Brisbane,
Yep.
and then to Perth to quarantine, then to Adelaide to beat Port.
Yep.
And then
That was a good game.
Yep.
Then back to Perth.
Yeah.
the granny couldn't get it.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, you know what? I don't buy the traveling wears you out thing. Just sleep on the plane.
Fair enough.
yeah.
I'm with you.
When you put it like that,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
right.
I think
50 years of wisdom out the window.
I think it's just about being comfortable in your own bed.
Yeah, probably.
Or not even your own bed, but the same bed for
The
a
cushy
sustained
5-star hotel just wasn't quite good.
No.
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 Nah.
Do you really, do the Western Bulldogs have enough cash to get the 5-star cushy hotels? Or are they?
Bond would buy himself, I reckon.
That's true. Yeah.
But how long were Melbourne there before they started? A month? Were they
Close
there
to, I
straight
think.
in the end?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Whenever
Because-
the Port fans sent the letter.
They would have rocked up. They didn't have to play the first. No, so they would have rocked up a week before the prelim.
Yep.
Then they had another week off and another
Yep.
week to the grand final. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because they won the first qualifying final
Yeah.
here and then went straight to Perth after that, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a month.
There's going to be a lot. We're going to look back and go, man, the Dogs had a bit of a raw deal with that. But it's also COVID times. Like, a lot of people have had raw deals. So it's kind of one of those, yeah, that's just the crap you had to put up with to play in the grand
Yeah.
final. We're just sorry it wasn't better for you. But also, Melbourne teams have had the best run of luck for 1,000 years being able to play the grand final in their own backyard anyway. Like, it's time one of them or two of them travelled
Yeah.
and experienced some bloody hardship, you know?
And maybe Dogs shouldn't have finished 5th if they didn't want to
Well,
travel.
that's the other bit too. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, if they were leading by for the first 3 quarters against Port in round 23, all you had to do was win that game.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have any of these.
Yeah,
Or-
like
or
Kane
just
Corn said, it was a season-ending loss or whatever he
Yep.
said.
What a stupid comment.
Yeah,
Cost themselves a premiership.
Yeah,
Like, they play in a grand final and he still goes, that's where it all fell apart for him. That's where they went back.
yeah.
Dumbass.
All right. Let's, you know what? We'll go around the table. 30 seconds on the grand final. Your thoughts, Leighton.
Get
Oh,
over it.
well, it started off as Melbourne kicked more goals, and then Bulldogs came back, and then they were ahead, and then Melbourne kicked like the last bajillion goals, and then they just won.
Holy shit.
Most goals consecutively in a grand final, was it not?
Yeah,
I think
like
the
last
previous record
16
was
or something.
11.
Let me tell you.
And
That's a good
think,
start.
I think Melbourne ended up kicking 12 in a row.
Yeah, and the classic player of Fritz kicking 6.
Yep.
Mhm.
just like
D Jarman.
Old mate,
Yeah.
old mate Bung Fritsch.
Shut up.
He's just like the most annoying player. If he's not on your team. If he's on your team, he's great.
Yep.
It's just those sort of
Do you think
players.
it's the hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It throws it off.
It's like a Ken doll.
Did you see when he got the medal? The kid could barely fit it over his hair.
Yeah.
Love it.
So after the 16-minute mark of the third quarter, it was the Bulldogs 117 to Melbourne 16-4 at 100.
Yes. And to think
And the Bulldogs are up by like 3 goals at that point or something as well.
Yeah.
my knock on Melbourne all year has been that they can't kick goals. Well, fuck me. That's not the biggest creamies call of all time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pathetic.
Damon, you're up. What were your thoughts on the game?
My thoughts were that I was watching the pre-game thinking, man, if Melbourne aren't switched on because they've had a week off, then a game, then a week off, we're going to know within the sort of the first centre bounce. And then within 5 minutes of the game starting, Mays lines someone up, Petrarca lines someone up,
Yeah.
and someone else that I missed lays a big old tackle too. And I thought, nah, Melbourne's on. And it didn't help me predict the result. I still didn't have a clue who was going to win, but I thought it's going to be a better game of footy because I just thought the Bulldogs were going to run through it with adrenaline like they did against Port, like they did in the old grand final in 2018. 2018? 2016, sorry. Yeah. But Melbourne, whatever they did during those weeks off, it worked. They stayed mentally fresh. They were prepared for that game and they showed it within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they were cleaner throughout the rest of the night too. They just didn't fumble.
I know what you mean, though. I did expect Bulldogs to start really well,
Mm.
like they did against Port Adelaide, but
Yep.
they'll just seem pretty flat.
Yeah.
Compared to Melbourne, at least.
Benny Mac, your thoughts?
Well, I only got to watch the last 15 minutes of the game, unfortunately.
Explain.
Oh.
So
How
we
much
had-
did you drink during the day?
wow,
Did
you're
you
passed out.
Yeah.
That's fine.
He thought it was
It
an
wasn't
afternoon.
Still thought it was afternoon. Yeah.
You
He gets
would have
the
timed it perfectly if it was.
Yeah.
No, we had my partner's mum over from Cairns. We haven't seen her for a couple of years, so we were sort of
excellent.
doing a bit of stuff.
And what,
with
she's
it.
not into footy?
Nah.
Oh.
I was following the scores, and it started off. I saw that Melbourne were up by like 30 points in the first quarter. I was like, okay, it's going to be a blowout. Then the Bulldogs are in front. And I didn't turn it on until the start of the last quarter. I'm like, oh, God, set for a nice finish.
Oh,
I turned
you
it
got-
on, and they're like 50 points in front. I'm like, okay, well,
Oh, great. I tuned in for the exciting part.
party
of the
time.
day.
Yeah.
You want to give a shout out to her mother? What's her name?
Patricia.
G'day, Patricia.
God bless you, Pat.
Love you, Paddy.
Elodie, your thoughts?
My thoughts?
What you can remember?
Yeah, I was going to say I certainly watched the game. Do I remember it? Sort of.
Royal
Do you
Rumble,
know where it all went wrong? Like before the game, even on the pod, I was saying that I think Caleb Daniel was going to win the Norm Smith, and then at the party I was at, I was saying he was going to win the Norm Smith, and everyone's like, "You're an idiot!" Like, oh, you got Petrarca and Bont and all these people,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Nah, he's going to win the Norm Smith, and I'm going to drink every time he gets a touch." He got 26 touches in the first half, and that did not go well.
Yes.
But yeah, he did tear it up. How good was that tackle to Max Gorn?
Oh, that was
Unfortunately,
great.
that's what ended the chances of the Bulldogs.
Pretty much. But-
Max Gorn played that up so bad.
Hang on. I need to know your logic here, though. You Caleb Daniel's going to win the Norm Smith.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have a drink for every time he touches the ball.
Yeah.
Did you want alcohol poisoning?
Yes.
Is that-
Yeah, 'cause
I
he-
didn't expect him to get 26 touches and a half.
And he
How
ended up
else was
with
he-
37.
She
so-
knew that she knew that he was going to get 30 though, because she actually did some research before she gave him as the Norm Smith winner last week.
Oh,
She was
yeah.
like, the last time they met, he had 34 touches.
Yeah,
so she knew she was
exactly.
cooked.
I did
You-
say that. And then
you-
when I did my bet and I said about Ben Brown kicking the 3 goals, and then Ben
That was
Brown
good.
kicked the 3
Yeah.
goals, that was
Yeah.
good.
Great
I just
shout.
didn't expect Melbourne to kick like a fuck ton of goals after that. That kind of ruined my
Yeah,
multi.
your multi came
Um,
very close, didn't it?
Yeah,
The ones that we
yeah, it
picked
wasn't
last
too
week.
bad. Yeah. Creams was shit.
It was actually pretty close.
You said, didn't you
Luke-
say
Luke-
Cozzy was going to get like 3 goals or something?
No,
Yeah.
2 goals.
Did he get any?
No.
Yeah.
But Luke Jackson kicked one. Libba had 20. Viney had 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you want me to
Okay.
run
I was
through
one
the-
leg off.
I've
So
got
was I.
my little
Out of the
kick
four,
cross.
Oh, you have too.
Out of
There's
the
a-
4 multis, he still didn't get any of them right.
There's a lot of crosses next to my face. In
And
that one.
who in their right mind
And
would
that's nothing
think
to do with the multi.
No, he just doesn't like me.
who in their right mind would think that Melbourne kicked 21 goals and Cozzy Pickett doesn't kick one of them?
Yeah, good
Like,
point.
come on, man.
Yep.
Give it to everyone but him.
So who got you've got little ticks and crosses on the Instagram post that we put up, like who ticked right, who got wrong.
Very
So
Yeah.
I had Fritsch for 2 goals, which is obviously a tick. Norton kicked 1. I had him for 2. I said Viney would get over 21 and a half. That was a tick. 0 to 20 match goals. Well, Melbourne did that by themselves, so that's a cross. Oliver 25 tick. McRae 30 plus. He got 26. So it's sort of close-ish other than the goals. Elodie had Ben Brown 3 plus, as we heard. Daniel for 30, also a tick. And total game points under 155.
Crunch.
Ouch.
So
If only Bulldogs kicked like under 15 points, you would have been fine.
Yeah.
Kareem had Pickett for 2 goals, which was a cross, but then he had Viney for 20, Libba for 20, and Jackson for a goal, which were all a tick. So Cozzy's
That's
done
pretty
dirty.
low bars.
3 out of 4.
Yeah.
You set pretty low bars though.
Oh, $12.75 is good value.
Yeah, to be fair, my odds were like, what, 40 something dollars?
Yeah.
Like, I want a bit bigger than you.
And Damon had a Bulldogs win. Gorn for 20 plus hit. He got 21. And Tim English for 2 goals, which did not hit.
No,
So
did not eventually.
That
the
was
lowest
ambitious.
odds were the furthest off.
Do you know who I was glad to that did really bad? Waitman. We
Yeah.
hate Waitman. I don't know why I don't like Waitman. I
Get it either. What is the Waitman hatred on?
don't know.
There's only one
Yeah,
or two.
so
hey?
Tell us about the white hate.
White
White
hate.
hate.
I can't pinpoint why I don't like him.
Is it
He's
that
just-
hat?
he's
Yeah,
no-
that vintage hat.
I don't know. He's just no Caleb Daniel.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
True.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've never seen someone turn the game on its head like Christian Petrarca did
Yeah.
halfway through that third quarter.
Yeah.
That was better than that was the best singular grand final performance I've seen in the better space of half an hour
yeah.
than anyone. Better than Dusty kicking goals and whatever. They were walking it out of the middle.
They were.
Yeah, once they got in a roll, they just kept getting centre clearance goals.
I think,
Yeah.
did they kick 3 goals in a minute
I think they did.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
at the end of
Minute
the third
game
quarter?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Crazy.
Jesus Christ. If you concede 2 goals, Bulldogs put someone back
Yeah.
Yeah.
as like a sweeper.
You can't though.
But if they get it out of the middle too quick, just
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, have someone standing
sprint.
defensive side of
Get
the centre
back.
circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Your wingman needs to be cutting in and looking to line up Petrarca. And that we were talking about this on the night, and we're just like, how has no one tried to lay out Petrarca? No one's tried to put him on his back.
Then go on a holiday for the first month of
Well,
next
yeah,
year.
kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not condoning violence in sports, but I'm saying
But if he gets the
You
job
sure?
done.
if do it legally. Just someone needed to be ready to lay a hit on Petrarca at some point because he had the easiest 3 minutes at the end of that third quarter too, where he
Oh,
did all
yeah.
the damage. You know,
If
What,
Caleb
go for
Daniel
the
can beat the
kidneys?
shit out of Gorn, then
Yeah.
surely he
Yeah,
can
up to
get him
Petrarca.
Petrarca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
given how Bulldogs were like, I don't know how far they were down at quarter time, but given how they came back in the second quarter, I was thinking if it's a 2 to 3 goal game, Melbourne's way, maybe Bulldogs will do it again in the last quarter.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was almost as if Bulldogs just didn't realise, and by the time they did, it was just way too late.
that was
They're
spent.
like, oh shit,
Yeah.
we're down by 30 points. What do we do?
Yeah,
When do we pull the trigger?
yeah. They
Oh
kicked,
no, it's too late.
they
Sirens
kicked
went.
7 goals to nothing to end the third quarter, and that was it.
That's
Mm.
nuts.
Yeah.
Oh well,
What the scary thing is that all the star Melbourne players are very young.
Yes.
Yeah.
yep.
It's nuts.
So
I didn't realize Lever was only like 24 or 25.
yeah,
I feel like he went to Melbourne ages ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
He did,
4
but
or
as a
5 years,
kid.
wasn't it?
Yeah, 20s at the end of 2017.
Yeah.
Bloody hell,
Oh,
yeah.
wow, yeah.
That was weird.
Oh,
Well,
that's so
uh,
gross to think he's got a lot of good footy left in front of him too. That's awful.
This round of applause is for Simon Goodwin and
Mhm.
the Melbourne Demons minus Jake Lever.
That's enough.
That's enough. And then the little cross for Lever.
Oh yeah, and Lever.
Brilliant.
Next dot point, fucking Basil, you potato.
Oh,
I missed this
God.
completely.
Him not letting Goody speak.
I missed it.
Don't let
I-
anyone speak.
What the hell happened?
Apparently, he just forgot that the coach had to make a speech.
Ah,
Like,
Has he
come
not
on, mate.
seen a grand final before?
Ever.
You've got one job.
Yep.
let people
Yeah.
speak.
When
I'm
you-
surprised he let Gorn speak.
Whenever anyone gets presented with anything, give them a chance to say something.
yeah.
It's not
And he
that
did-
hard.
He didn't let, I can't remember who was presenting the Norm Smith. He didn't let him say. Usually they
Oh,
announce.
Andrew Embley, yeah.
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 Just all about
Ridiculous.
fucking me.
Yeah. Just because he's the mayor.
Yeah.
Did he actually get it? No, he didn't get it, though.
He didn't get it.
Didn't he?
Just because he's the
He just
mayor
ran for it.
contender.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he ran for that. Did he run for mayor of Perth?
Yeah. But
That's
they found his
hilarious.
feet pick selection collection and yeah,
Buried in the sand
that
on the
killed him.
beach.
Yeah.
And then the Brownlow shot of him creeping up onto the table
Yeah.
for the interview.
Oh, we
just
can't
put him
have
up
this guy.
more.
Yeah, just sneaking up.
Yeah.
But
He's terrifying. You were saying this the other week, but
Yeah.
he's scary.
he is
looks half-
scary as hell.
He looks half dead. He looks,
He looks like the kind of guy where you wake up in the middle of the night and he's standing over you. Fuck, mate, you don't have to kill me. I'll have a heart attack and do the job for you.
Can't say I've ever had that experience, Graham. to be honest.
Ah.
Very particular.
Yeah, isn't it?
I said this last week. There's this TV show called Nip Tuck. I watched it when I was like 15, 16 years old.
and there was this person that would go around, and they were called the carver, and they would be dressed in all black, but they had a white porcelain mask on, and they did things to people, whatever. But it scarred me for the rest of my life. So this is why it's such a vivid memory.
Yeah, like late 20s, and you're still bringing it up now. It's
So people, if you remember the show Nip Tuck, message the show.
Why?
So that somebody else actually remembers it, and I wasn't dreaming this whole thing.
right.
He's
I remember
making a
the
little
name
like
of the TV show.
supportive group, like
Yeah.
supporters
He needs a
group.
support
Yeah.
group. He needs
Yeah.
to go to meetings and
Yeah.
sit in
Yeah,
a
please.
circle.
Aw.
Hello, my name's Anthony, and everyone goes, "Hi, Anthony."
Yeah. You remember that episode of Nip Tuck?
Are you scared of Basil too?
Yeah.
How is he so pale? There's so much sun in Perth.
Yeah,
It's like summer all year round there.
I don't get it. Next up, we have some Crows news. Who would have thought?
Wow.
I reckon.
So the coach in Matthew Nix has had support thrown behind him by John Olsen, who is the new CEO. No, not CEO, the president. My apologies. Ben, what did he say?
He has said, as I get the article up, that Matthew Nix is a next generation coach and believes he is the right man to continue leading the club. He says he did an outstanding job leading a young team in his second season at the helm and is looking forward to see how the side further develop in 2022. Basically, yeah, just saying that he's done a great job, good with the players.
I seem to agree.
Yeah. So when you said we had Crows news, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Like
This counts.
this guy comes to the club. What's he supposed to say? Oh, I hate everyone here, and I hate the coach, and I hate this person. Get rid of them.
Well, it's
Unbelievable.
like we've never been in this situation before, so it's hard to know how a coach is supposed to do this.
Yeah,
How
it's true.
he's supposed to rebuild. We've always been around the mark.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this
So
is
just like-
foreign language.
We're just like, yes, this looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with it.
He did also say in the interview that we are working on proposals for both Brompton and Theberton sites.
Crompton.
For the
Ooh.
new base. Submitted a proposal with joint partner Peligra, which is now considered by Renewal SA. So we've popped in a proposal for one of the sites there. It doesn't say which one. And there will be a second phase to it where Renewal SA will invite those that have submitted a proposal to negotiate them over the next month or so. So there should be some news semi-soon regarding Brompton.
It's a weirdly formal process. Why can't you just,
Yeah.
why can't you just make a bid?
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
We'll give you $20 and a crom beanie.
Like,
Yeah.
Done.
is there going to be 6 clubs involved in this
Yeah.
as well? Like, I
Yeah.
realize
Adam
it's
Chera
so-
rocks up out of nowhere.
I want this
What are you doing here?
But where are the Fort Moreton Bay fig trees going to be?
Not the fig
Not
tree.
this
Not again.
feel like
I
I'm being
want
made
an
fun of
old
now.
scoreboard.
But we've got a brand new scoreboard here. No.
Yeah.
I want an old one that doesn't work.
Yeah.
It works. It just has to be operated by
crank
people.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, more Crows news. Trios sign on, making it 26 players signed this year. Now, if that's not a good sign of developing culture and a good culture around the club, then I do not know what is. And that's probably part of the reason Olsen's in support of Nix. And who were those 3 people?
It was Newchurch, Parnell, and Ball Ace.
So the next generation academy people in Ball Ace and Newchurch.
Yep.
Patrick Parnell, who was picked up in the mid-season draft from memory.
Yep.
Yeah. It's good to
And-
see him get another contract.
Yeah.
We should actually say 6 re-sign because we also had Berry, Cook, and Pedler last week as
That's
well.
right.
Oh, yeah.
After we recorded.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, get around all of them.
It's
Pretty
huge.
much.
All
We'll
right.
have them all. We'll have all the players.
Yeah. And they're all so young.
Mm.
So, I mean, that's part of the reason I think we're doing it the right way.
And the great thing is, too, they're all, well, most of them have been 3-year contracts.
Yes.
We've got a
Yeah.
pretty long term. I mean, 3 years doesn't sound like a long time, but in footy it does. And
Yeah.
especially when these guys are so young themselves, we've got a long enough time to let them develop or have trade value on them too. So if Sam Berry does go, nah, bugger it, I want to go back to Victoria. It's like, yeah, no dramas, man. You got a year left on your contract. We're asking for the farm.
Yeah.
We've put ourselves in such a good position. It's so good. And then Dawson coming along and saying he wants to come to us as well is another huge tick for the culture.
And the good thing about Dawson is he's not too old. Like,
24?
he's 25-ish, I think. which in
Yeah.
comparison to all these young kids is good because
Hmm.
at least he has experience under his belt. How many games has he played?
A few.
Yep.
Yep, some.
A couple seasons,
Some.
I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
The best thing about him is that he's had his career best season at Sydney this year, came third in the best and fairest.
Yeah.
You would assume, and we're right to think right now, that his best is yet to come.
Yes.
So yeah, it's not like we've picked up some old bloke who's just going to add to the, raise the average age up. We haven't grabbed another young bloke like Haitley. We've grabbed a guy that's potentially in the prime of his career.
Mm,
It's fantastic news.
right in the middle.
Yes.
And so who does that leave that hasn't signed? It's Ben Davis hasn't
Ew.
That's it,
signed.
I think.
And Ronan O'Connor, did he sign?
No, he didn't.
No.
Okay.
So
So, yeah.
I doubt either of them will be signing on as well.
Aw.
I mean, it'll be sad for Davis, especially
Yeah.
being the emergency for the entire season, or medical stuff for the entire season, to not get a deal. But I don't know. I just with all the signings we have made, and those two being, someone's got to go.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's a real shame.
Did you see, is it Tom Lynch who's going to North Melbourne as a
Yeah.
player coach or something?
That's the rumor.
That's
yeah.
nice.
I think
Yeah.
he's going to be mainly doing coaching, but he's going to be on the plane list
Yeah, well, he
Oh, I
played
love
21
that.
for
games.
financial
that's it.
for financial reasons or something.
So
Like Bryce Gibbs was on our list this year.
yeah,
He played for South.
He was number 0, yeah.
Number 0.
Pick one, baby.
yeah. How are they going to manage that? Because I could see him. It's different if he just signed for their VFL team and assistant coached. But I don't know how they're going to manage to make that work in terms of salary cap. Do they pay him? You're right. Did you kick something?
It's going to be. I reckon it's going to be more like Mumford style, where he's mainly a coach, and then if you have so many injuries, he just
He'll
has
jump
to
in.
play.
Yeah.
It'll just take ages to prepare.
He'll start warming up
He's an
round one.
expert at that.
Yeah.
He's an expert at playing when he's not ready. It's going to, or maybe he'll just come in and do it. What's that guy's name? Luke Jackson that came to the Crows then thought,
Yes.
I'll just play a few games and then just tore it up. Maybe
Yeah.
he'll be like that. They'll be like, oh, you can just, and because it's North Melbourne, he'll come
Yeah.
in and he'll just like
He'll
be
dominate.
the
He'll
be the
best
best
on
on-
field.
yeah.
He'll win that best and fairest.
Do you reckon they'll ever tell him, like Jackson, like to calm down? Do you reckon they'll tell him to take a step back?
Maybe.
And
Just come on. Let
Yeah.
the kids play,
Just-
Tom. No.
just come and enjoy your footy, Tom. You don't have to. No.
And he's just
I'm
running
kicking
on the
10.
field going, yeah, 10 goals
Yeah.
for me. So shut up.
just cheering
Tom.
himself.
Gets his own
Yeah.
T-shirts made up.
Love
Graham's
it.
just shaking his head at all of this.
How many years do we think he'll play for them?
One.
10.
I'll
I'll
be
go
surprised
2.
if he does play. I think he'll be mainly coaching.
I'm going with 2 just because North is so shit.
Yeah, me too.
They need him.
I think he'll play multiple years.
Yeah.
Do we think he would be going there if it wasn't for David Noble?
Oh, that's not bad. Shit.
I can be part of it. He'd probably go
Yeah.
anywhere.
I wouldn't have
honest.
thought of that.
Anywhere in Melbourne, he'd go to.
Yeah, I just don't think he would have moved into state just for 1 year. That's my
Oh, but if he's going
He's
for,
going back to Melbourne. 'Cause he's
Yeah.
from
yeah.
Melbourne originally.
and if there's a bit of a coaching role involved too, that's his next step in his career.
Yeah, because
So-
he coached the AFLW this season as well.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me almost if he does this, like part-time coach, part-time play
Yeah,
in North Melbourne, and then ends up as a line coach for them or a development coach or their AFLW coach or something in the future.
Yeah.
This is the next step in his career by going back to Melbourne.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, Pete couldn't be with us tonight, but there is something
5
that he
seconds
did
of
want
silence.
us to do. Yep. You know what? 5 seconds of silence for Peter's absence.
No.
no, we're not doing this.
Okay.
I don't want to.
You're fucking me over again. But Pete loves his college football, and he loves his Arkansas Razorbacks. Hence why. Oh, whoops. Flag. No.
Cream, this is going really well, mate.
Stick my dick in the mashed potatoes. Go home.
Okay.
Okay.
That was
there we
worth
go.
the wait.
Now I'll plug it into the phone. Arkansas Razorbacks have now gone 4-0, and here is some music from Peter. Now the Arkansas Razorbacks have gone 4-0 over the weekend by defeating Texas A&M. They are currently now at number 8 in the AP Top 25 poll. A long time coming, and Pete has suffered for a long time. So congratulations to Pete and his Razorbacks. Woo pig suey.
Well,
Okay.
that was certainly words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they haven't won a title or anything. They're just 4-0.
No, they're normally very shit.
Oh,
to the point where we're celebrating 4 wins.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Wow.
They've beaten Texas, who are top 25. They've beaten Texas A&M, who are top 25. Yeah, they're beating everyone around them, and it's a really good underdog story.
They're up and about.
So well done, Arkansas. And to lead us out tonight, we will be having one of Pete's favourite sound bites, Eddie from Clarksville.
Oh, I remember this.
So make sure you stay tuned for that one.
Have Google Translate ready too if you want to listen to that.
Yep. I cannot understand what that guy says at all.
I'm gonna stick my dig in the mashed potatoes. Go Hogs.
I understand what he says.
It's like that, except more country bumpkin.
Yep. Yeah.
There's banjo picking in the background. as he
Yes.
speaks.
Less potato mashers.
Now, next up, with some more music, we have Beryl and Cecil of the week.
This is the most music we've had in ages.
Yeah, I like it. I've been bopping all episodes.
Take it away, Ben.
Well, we couldn't have the grand final without some Beryl and Cecils, even after last week. Just really whitewashing it because we're not going to find one that tops last week's.
No.
Just went to the final result post of the grand final on Saturday, and we've got Fiona who says, "Well done, Dees. Massive second half. Incredible footy. - Adelaide Crows fan." Thanks, Fiona. Judy says, "Pity they can't win at the G. Thanks, comrade Dan."
Okay.
Yeah, good one. Leon, and I really hope this is just a bit of satire, says, "How does that work? Hawthorn drew with Melbourne and beat the Bulldogs. Should have given them a chance in the finals at least." I really hope
That man does not understand
I
football.
like that too. I reckon there should be 2 pity spots in the final.
Yeah.
Just chuck 2 teams in.
Well, then we should have made it in then too because we beat Melbourne.
we did it first.
Yeah.
Collingwood were the only team in the AFL not to lose to Melbourne this year, so they should have made it.
Yeah.
Well, that runs
that's
me
a-
into Brendan's next comment.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, no.
It says, "Still didn't beat Collingwood in 2021.
Hey!
And lastly, we have Rocco who says, "Well, at least the Bulldogs didn't lose the grand final by the biggest ever losing margin in the AFL, which belongs to Port still." Just to remind everyone.
Okay. Now we're going through an SANFL grand final preview.
Okay.
Cool.
Eagles versus
versus Bays.
Glenelg.
Good preview.
That's it. Let's give predictions.
Go on.
Damon.
North Adelaide arrive on the day like GWS style.
Royal
Chairs
Rumble.
and ladders, and it's a
No.
Royal Rumble, and we bring 19 players.
Not again.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Don't bring that up.
No, I don't know. Eagles, because they've been there more recently. They did it last year.
Yeah.
With no confidence. I'm just going to stand on the hill and drink beer and enjoy the sunshine.
The best way to watch
that's
that.
how
Thanks.
I-
You're just going to look at the Morton Bay.
Exactly.
I'm facing the wrong way the whole time.
And he's gonna take his shoes off, like I said, scrunch his
Feel the
toes in the
grass.
grass.
Some little kid is going to kick a footy into the back of his head. And it's
Yeah.
just
They're like,
gonna-
hey, shut that out. You know when your dad's just finished mowing the lawn and he stands out there like he's conquered it, like hands on hips, just sort of
Yeah.
looking at on? That'll be me looking up at the figs in the scoreboard. Can't wait.
I'll join you, I reckon.
Sounds like a
nice
good time.
Yeah,
Just turn around for a couple of Jared Redden hit outs, all right?
sure. Yeah,
Straight
I'll pay
down
attention.
the throat of a Glenelg player, I reckon.
Yep.
Yes. I already know who Leighton's going to say, but continue.
Draw.
Yes. Yeah,
This
draw.
may be the first time he doesn't say draw.
I reckon Bays will win. Just the only reason I'm confident is because in 2019, Glenelg lost against Port in the same game that they lost against Eagles.
Yep.
And then went on to win the premiership. So hopefully
Okay.
history repeats itself, but
Mhm.
who knows?
Mhm.
No need for hopefully. History will repeat itself. Glenelg to win by about 30 points, I reckon.
Oh,
All right.
confident.
History to repeat itself. Eagles won last year, so they'll win again. That's
Nah,
more recent
that's
history, you
It's too
dicks.
obvious.
Too recent history. We're talking long range history.
Glenelg should win pretty comfortably. They only played one quarter of football 2 weeks ago,
Yes.
and they actually took the lead in the last quarter. So if they play a half, they should win by 3 goals. I'll say Glenelg by 34 points.
They actually played 4 quarters, just not very good.
Yeah.
So-
They played 1 quarter of good footy. So I
Okay.
just need them to play 2 this week.
1.5 even probably
Yeah.
gets you there.
Right. Are you going to the game, Graham?
No, I'll be working, unfortunately. I am trying to get the shift covered, though. So All my employees, if you're listening, please take my shift.
I was going to say, I'll bring the $500 just in case to the game.
No, I work just outside the city, so worst comes to worst, I'll come pick it up.
Oh, okay.
And maybe don't have it on you,
Yeah, why am I announcing
especially
this?
after you've announced it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. If somebody rolls you for my $500, then we're both going to want to beat them out. Beat them up.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. Last but not least, Crom players have a favourite sports person. Oh,
You said last but not least. I think this is last and least.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Is it going to be as
already.
generic as
I was going to
like,
say basketball players.
Yeah, that's my favourite person. Yeah. Role model.
Yeah.
Basketball player.
Did any of them say Adam Shearer?
The club or the player?
I actually love Lockie Scholl for this.
All right, we'll run through. Seeds likes himself a bit of Tiger Woods.
Yep.
Rona no
Okay.
contest
Tiger
is John Florence. So good you have to say the first name twice. Chase Jones loved the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, the whole team.
What a boring ass answer.
Yeah, fucking sit on.
My mates would say Lakers. Chick.
Exactly right. Get a real team.
Like the Wizards.
Yeah, fucking right. Mix it up a bit, Chase. Don't be so vanilla.
Yeah. Pick the club where Jordan played his best ball.
Exactly right.
Will Hamill likes Nikola Jokic.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Bronson Smith
Good one.
loves Jimmy Butler. Bless you,
Thank
late.
you.
Jimmy Butler. I like that.
Lockie Gallant loves Wayne Rooney. Get around that.
Yep.
Ned McHenry loves Steve Nash. Jordan Butts LeBron James.
Pete Nash.
Yeah, we all love Pete
Yeah,
Nash.
LeBron.
Generic. What a generic.
Bit of a bandwagon.
Vanilla Butts.
I like Space Jam.
Yeah.
The second one,
the
I haven't seen
sequel.
the original
Yeah.
because I'm 19.
Speaking of, Sam Berry likes Michael Jordan. Benny Keys loves Manchester United. He posted this. Get around it.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Jimmy Rowe loves the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry.
At least he said a player.
Fuck.
True.
I don't mind Steph Curry.
See, he didn't because he said the whole team first
Yeah.
to cover his ass, and then he just picked a player.
Josh Worrell likes Pat Cummins. I think there'd be a
I like that.
cricket player on
Yeah.
here.
That's good. Good call.
Luke Brown, LeBron James. Kieran
Too mainstream.
Strawn also likes Tiger Woods.
Yeah, that's all right.
Tex
Bit
likes
random.
Dwayne Wade.
Tiger Woods.
Do they really like golf that much? Or
Yeah.
are they just
Yeah.
like, do they just not know anything? They're just Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
He
Yeah.
plays sport. No.
Yeah.
Tom Duday loves Tom Brady.
I knew that
that
was
was
going
yeah.
to be.
Sloaney likes Rafael Nadal. Lockie Scholl
like that.
likes
Not bad.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, get around up.
That was the derby last night. That was pretty
Yeah, no, not great.
One of the worst games of football ever played.
What was the score?
Shocking.
3-1, I believe.
Yeah, but Arsenal won.
Yeah, that's what makes it one of the worst
Pulled
games
it out
of
their
football ever
ass.
played.
Who have we got? Tilthorpe also likes Tiger Woods.
Oh, by the way,
What is
Were they in the
this
same
Tiger
room
Woods
just
thing?
listening
Yeah.
to each other?
Yeah.
I think so. Just what did they like?
This
Tiger
is what-
Woods he's not really that like. People don't talk about him much.
He's not that
anymore.
current, no.
it's
No,
like
he's
they
good.
were given 10 options and they're all sitting together. Hands up if you like Tiger Woods.
Whatever.
Okay.
All right, LeBron James.
This is like the food thing all over again. Hands up if you like pizza.
Hands up if you like Italian.
Yeah.
Mexican.
This is the worst one. Andrew McPherson likes the Australian cricket team.
The whole team.
Everyone.
That's brave.
T20
Wow.
one day.
All of
Test
them.
team.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
there's 1,000 players. Literally.
Name all of them. Come on.
Mitch Hinge has gone with the Lakers / Dame Lillard.
At least he named a player.
Yeah.
Schoenberg likes Bradley Beal.
Loved
Oh,
this
yes.
too. Get
That's
around him. Good boy, Harry.
Ah, he's your team, isn't he?
He is.
Ah,
Get around him.
we love
Not
that.
for long, we said.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably not.
no.
And lastly, Fisher Mackesy likes Roger Federer.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah, we'll take that.
God, they're a boring bunch of kids, aren't they?
Mm.
Half of them like Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
I was waiting for
Yeah.
if only one of them just went, oh, okay, there's like a Lithuanian rugby team. You've never heard of them.
I bet on them at 2 a.m. at
Yeah.
Sportsbet one time.
But their fullback is like my hero. Like,
I don't
No.
think they wasn't the question like favorite sports person, not team.
yeah, I think so.
Half of them named
Yeah.
teams.
What are our
Even worse.
favourite sports people? You can pick one
Oh,
person
God.
and one person only. Ben.
Oh, don't start with me. I was just trying to think.
Okay, Leighton.
No, skip.
Is this
Damon.
a non-AFL thing? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything.
Non-AFL, okay.
Jordan Henderson, Liverpool captain.
Yeah, you fucking would.
Yeah, I would, and I just did.
Why
You
the
asked
captain?
the question.
Why
Did you
the
not want to
captain?
Because he's the ultimate team man, and I love that. He
Okay.
sacrifices his game, he gut runs,
Okay.
Love him.
Leighton.
I'll be a bit lazy and just go Leighton Hewitt.
I thought you were going to say LeBron James. So,
Yeah.
The second best Leighton.
Give me a name. Give me a name. Leighton.
Ben.
Ronaldo. Cristiano.
Elodie.
I like for my team the New Orleans Pelicans. Kira Lewis Jr. is a fringe player, but he's up and coming. He's going to be a good boy.
That is a good answer.
Okay.
Yeah, and also if F1 counts, I really like Pierre Gasly.
Oh, yeah.
Another good answer.
You and Gasly.
I love Gasly. It's a good name for a car, man.
Yeah.
Gasly.
Yeah. We got to get that show up and running where, what was it that we mansplained sports to you?
No, that was
Vice
never the
versa.
show.
That's
Yeah.
what I remember
Shut
being.
up,
idea,
Chris.
Damon.
That was
Vaguely
never
remember
the
that being
pitch.
pitch.
Well, is anyone else naming Gasly as a fucking player? I think Elodie's
No.
explaining it to
By
us.
the way, the Formula One last night, Lando
Oh,
Norris.
he got
Fucking
robbed.
hell.
Why were they putting the decision on him whether he wanted the tires?
Exactly
That's
right.
their
Just
decision
call
to
him into the
make.
pit.
He's got adrenaline going. He wants to keep going. Anyway.
You know, it's all, but my answer is Mike Tyson. So,
Ah.
yeah. Before he bit his ear off. I didn't like that bit. So.
That's a brave stance. I didn't like when this guy, my hero, just bit someone else's ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. One more thing. We didn't say
The song.
the song.
Yeah.
If we're walking out to a song,
Oh,
what song is
God.
it going to be? Mine would be Jerk It Out by the Caesars.
Yep.
Old
Thank you
FIFA
for
soundtrack.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
FIFA soundtracks provide the best music.
They do.
All right, Damon.
Sandstorm by Darude.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Elodie.
But that Fat Man Scoop song, you know, like got $100 bill, put your hands up.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, the nights at Swish where I was screaming that very
yeah,
loud.
I love that. It's like, no, it'd be good. It'd get crowd involvement. Everyone would wave their money in the air and it would be
Yep.
lovely.
Ben.
I'd go with Not Afraid by Eminem.
Ah.
Okay.
Pump it
And
up.
Leighton.
I have no idea. I can't really think of a song. Maybe something really
The
slow
Milkman by
and
Sunshine
dramatic.
Cook.
Okay.
Mr. Milk by Sunshine Cook.
Slow and
Yeah,
dramatic. I'm going to give you
Careless
Children. I'm going to give you Children by Robert Miles.
Okay.
That'd really fire
can't
the crowd.
Sure.
And that's about all we have.
We're all going to Spotify that one on the way.
Yep. The Dreams version. But yeah, I think that's it. Anything else? Nah.
Oh, before you go, just if anyone has any content they want to see over the off season, send us a message or something to let us know what you want to see, and we'll do our best to get around it.
At this point, we'll talk about pretty much anything.
Yeah. We'll even talk about
Within
golf,
reason.
apparently.
Tiger
Yeah.
Woods next week.
Half the team likes golf, so we'll just talk about Tiger Woods.
I was about to say the next week's episode will be us commentating over Tiger Woods.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no.
Yeah.
Oh, he's hit the ball again.
Standing on the fourth tee, takes out the driver.
Swings.
Par four.
What is golf? You watch golf and it's just a
Dog leg
man
rat.
hits a ball and then it's sky, fairway.
Yeah.
It's not that easy. There's distance measurement. There's
Dog
wind,
leg right.
wind.
maths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite parts is when they do a complete shank. They have to do it between the trees and they stuff it up.
Yeah, but
That's the best part.
But that's just where you watch the sporting bloopers later.
Yeah.
I don't need to watch
I don't
the
wanna
whole
watch
day of it.
5 hours of it and see that once.
Yeah, just watch till the end where you got that last putt on the green of the 18th, and they're going for the win, and the crowd's behind. Oh, get her.
Yeah, and then they miss.
Or there's like a
Oh.
playoff hole.
Yep.
Yeah. Great.
Wow, you guys are as boring as the Crows team right now.
That's
Did I
because
mention
the
I like
Crows
Tiger?
team aren't doing anything.
Except for telling us their favourite players and they can't even get that right.
Yeah. The Australian cricket team. Shout out to Andrew McPherson. Have a good week, everybody. Thanks, Damon.
Thank you.
Leighton.
Thank you. Up the base.
Up the base. Ben.
Indeed, up the base. Thank you.
And Elodie.
Oh, thank you, Cream. Not up the base.
Just please not up the base.
ears. Yeah,
No, please.
down the base, or at least somewhere in the middle.
All right, guys. See you next week.
See ya.
Go Crom.
Go Crom.
I don't see how we can lose this game now tomorrow. Eddie, how in the world did you get from Clarksville to Rogers this morning?
Well, sir, I'm very gracious and very glad to be here today as we're on the eve of a big win on the Hawk train as we're headed into Arlington with a head of steam. How great is that fan base? Because We're all aboard the Hog Train. The coaches are aboard the Hog Train. The players are aboard the Hog Train. The fans across the country are jumping aboard the Hog Train. How great is that? And a big win tomorrow in Arlington, Texas. I believe it. We're bringing the recipe, sir. And can fan base, how great is this? Can you smell what's baking in the oven?